distribution, the credibility, and it's obviously a lot shorter than the webinar. It's 18 minutes, so it's half the time. And then the cool thing at the end is they watch it. They don't have to, well, I mean, you know, they don't have to dress up. It's not a Zoom meeting. They don't, you know, they just can watch it or listen to it. That would be the secondary, but they can watch it, you know, while they're doing laundry or driving or, you know, whatever, sitting in a car or, you know, just sitting at home. And then they watch it. And at the end, it says, hey, are you 1, 2, or 3? It is a phenomenal prospecting tool. Okay, just like any of our one-to-many meetings. And you can send it out and then they have to register. It captures their email address and their contact information. And then you can set it up in, you know, especially if you use POL, we have our own customer, you know, relationship manager. We have a CRM that's free to you now that you should be entering this stuff in to use, right? I know a lot of our leaders are going on there. They're talking about how to use the CRM where you have a database of prospects, clients, all this stuff that you can, my CRM is already working. It's sending, you know, birthday notifications and, you know, they're doing holidays and, you know, they're starting to implement anniversaries, but more importantly, you can keep your prospect database in something, okay? Instead of a piece of paper and you lose it and then you cry and you're depressed, right? Which I've done for years, okay? I mean, that it's in totally archaic, inefficient way. You got to enter stuff in a computer, all right? Now, it's unlimited. You can send as much as you want. We were on a trial, and now if you want a link where you can check it, and you can check how long they've watched the video, who's watched it, if they're 1, 2, or 3. And you don't have to do this, I promise you. I offered this to a few people. You don't have to do it. If you want to do it now, if you want a link, let me know. It's $10 a month, and it's month to month. You can cancel at any time. Like they just messaged me today on the 1st of the month. They're like, hey, it's going to renew. How many links do you want? So if you have a link, I'll message you. If you'd like a link, talk to your trainer, okay? Because you may be able to use your trainer's link. Not everybody needs one, but if you want your own that you can send and you can track and you can log in and you can see, right, like who's watched videos and how long they've watched it for and all those things and how many people you've sent it, how many people opened it, you know, and you want one, that's cool. Let me know and I can set you up. It's instant. And, you know, you have to create a login through Link Magnet. You can also go to linkmagnet.com. And you can check out the website and see it for yourself, okay? And then I can get you a link. We've already bought the video, so you don't need to do that. You can use my video. The video is, I think it's $250 or $300. I've already paid for that, and you can use it. If you want a link, it's $10 a month, and it's month to month, okay? So I'll reach out to you. If you don't want a link, if you wanted a link last month and you don't want it this month, let me know. It's month to month, okay? I'll text everybody, and if you want, and then you can use the animated video, okay? And you know what? I'll even send it out to, I don't know, maybe Thomas, if you have the animated video, I can send it out to the thread or one of you guys if you want to send it to this thread and you can register and watch it if you haven't seen the video. I think most people have, but if you haven't, you can watch it right now, okay? And just to see it or, you know, click on the link, register, watch it, and then you can see what you'd be sending out to people. Now, why is this good? Okay, here's why. I hire Tashay, and did I pronounce your name? Tashay? Which one? Tashay? Or Tashay? Okay, Tashay. You can unmute.
Yes.
How do I say it?
Tashay, you said it right.
Thank you. If I hire her, and while my favorite approach is calling somebody from your top 25 list, talking to them, I call Chantel and say, hey, listen, you know, we're looking for people, and then inviting to the webinar. That's my favorite. There's a higher degree of difficulty there. If I hire her and we put a top 25 list together and she can text them and send an animated video, there's really no level of difficulty there. It's very easy to do that. And we can get the speed aspect of messaging and recruiting immediately. Immediately. That's why I like this video. The webinar is a little different. It's a higher level of commitment. Now, I love the webinar. I like the webinar. To be honest, I don't want to give you conflicting information. I prefer the webinar to the video, but I also understand this is a different method, and younger people prefer videos. Younger people like to text. They don't like to call people, right? It's weird. You can't call them. You got to what? FaceTime. That's the only way they talk, right? So you can't FaceTime resumes. That's just weird, right? You can't do that. You can't go on Career Builder and FaceTime them. You got to call them. They may not pick up. But your friends, you can text, and then you can send them a video. Then they can watch it 1, 2, or 3. Then you can follow up. There's a lot of different applications with the video. Now, still the same thing. Got to run large numbers. You got to quantify it. I sent out 20 videos. 3 people watched it. Not I sent out a lot. Nobody called me back. You can't deal like that. So if you want to watch it, if you want to talk to me about it, if you want to talk to other people about it, talk to it. There's absolutely no pressure to do this. Okay. You guys know this. I never encourage our guys to spend money that they're not going to use. I hate that. I hate subscription services. I hate paying money, monthly, but there is an aspect of paying for something and using it because you paid for it. Right. I have an exorbitant gym membership, right? It's $175 a month. But the only way I could look this great is because I use it, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got to get you on this, all right? But, right, and I'm joking, but I would not pay that much money and not use it. That's just me. It's just stupid, right? I mean, if I'm going to pay for something, I'm going to do it. So there is an aspect of that too. You know, when we used to have Tom Hopkins audio cassettes, we had to pay $300 to $500 for those. And that was $300 to $500 that I just didn't have laying around. So if I spent it and I invested that money, I listened to that daggone thing every day till the tape broke. Now you can download it for free, and sometimes people don't value it, right? You can get all the content on YouTube and you don't value it. So there is an aspect where I believe in that, right? So I'll reach out to everybody if they want to use the animated video. I do encourage using some sort of video system. This is just an aspect where you can get the hot prospect, all that stuff. All right. Now, Telegram. Okay. And I'm not this guy. Okay. I don't want you to think that, I believe that Telegram can be very social. And there are some amazing social aspects of Telegram. Communicating, so you're not super isolated. I know some of us are, still, in parts of the world and country and your immediate circle where you're not seeing a lot of people and, whatever, you're seeing the same people and all that stuff, right? I get it. So Telegram is a huge outlet for us. And I don't like to remove people from Telegram. I hate that. I don't enjoy it. That's why if you see a lot of my chats, they're called broadcast chats, because I don't want to have to remove people for posting something inappropriate or not posting. So I just post. Okay. I don't think that that's that effective. I think that a chat is the best. We have an activity chat, and I'll be honest with you guys, right? It's really lost its luster. If I look at it, 3 or 4 people post today. It's the same 3 or 4 people, and that's a problem. And me too, I'll take responsibility. I don't post as much on the chat as I should. And we have something called the Process 2.0, and a lot of you guys are on it, and many of you do not post at all. And some of you don't even check it. All right. I'm going to start a new thread. Okay. And I will open it up to a lot of people if they want to at least be on there. But it is, and like I said, I'm not this guy. I don't want to be this dictator type person. But if you don't post on it, I am going to remove you. Okay. So don't get in your feelings. Don't get sensitive. Don't get your feelings hurt. All right. Maybe you get your feelings hurt and then get back on. You just got to post. Okay. If I look at it for a day or two and you haven't said something, I sent out a message, I did this, not, real activity. I met with a client, I prospected somebody, I got a referral, and I look at it at any time, and you haven't posted for 2 or 3 days, you're out. And that's okay, man. Look, the purpose of this is I want to identify a core group of people that want to run something for 90 days. That want to get off the bench, get in the game, and play for 90 days. We got an opening position, and you can become a starter. And we're going to start clean slate. And you can choose to be on it or not. But the ticket is, the ante is, you got to put in some activity every day. And when I say every day, like Monday through Saturday, right? I mean, you know, I know people on Saturdays, you know, and some of the weekends, I get that, right? But if I look at it and you haven't posted in a month and you haven't looked at it in 3 days, you haven't even opened Telegram, look, you're out. And I'm going to do a lot of stuff differently, okay, with our Telegram. Like one thing I'm going to do is, I don't know if I'm ever going to post. I'll probably will, so I don't want to say never. But the overwhelming majority of my posts will be audio and video. It's going to be like a straight video Telegram for me. Why? Because I want, you know, I'm going to pull the people that poke their head up in winning the day and on my Telegram are the people I'm going to invest all my time in. I just want you to understand that. They're going to be the ones that get my attention, my time, my investment, my commitment, because that means you're showing up to the gym and you're getting better, and you will get coached. That's all I said. Showing up to the gym and putting, I don't care if you don't do results, man. You come in, you come on my Telegram, and guess what? We're going to go off to financial independence land. And I'm thrilled about it. I'm thrilled about it. So we will have a new Telegram thread. I'm going to end the other. And look, you can be on the group ones. You know, you can be on the stay in the fight if you're a district leader. You can be on the standard for announcements, and you can be with you. I know there's some little teams in here, meaning, you know, smaller teams of the big team, and you guys have your thing. You should be part of those, man. You should be part of those. Those are awesome. Okay. But our activity thread is our activity thread, and it is a filter. It is for something, for people that I know that are somewhat serious and committed. And look, I just want you to understand this. Anytime, you know, there's a book I read a long time ago. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big. One of the best books I've ever read. Great book, fantastic book. And there's a whole little excerpt in it. I don't think it's a full chapter on being a front seater. Sit in the front. Be a front row seater. And they talked about school, and they said, you know, anytime I sat up front, I learned more. I was closer to the fire. All the stuff we said. I never sat in the front. I always sat in the back. Why? I was inconspicuous. I never had to pay attention. No one noticed me. The teacher never met me. Didn't know I was serious. And so, you know what? I was average. My entire school career, I was average. I get good grades if I could talk my teacher into good grades. That's the only time I could do it. Oh, you know, I'm going through something at home. Give me an A. Okay, right. But when school got tough, I sat in the back and I hid. Yeah, but funny thing in Primerica, I always sat up front. Always. Always. And sometimes it would be just effort to sit up front, showing up early, getting a seat early. But then sometimes you had to win up front. And I had to win up front. This is an effort thing. You know, you got to get the laziness and bad work ethic out of your life. And that's where this starts. Activity thread. Showing up to work every day and putting in some work. And you get a couple people that want to work like you, That's all she wrote. Now, so also, we are not, as of right now, things could change. We are not going to be doing virtual office. Okay. But in addition to virtual office, we will be doing what I call a Monday huddle. Okay. It's not going to be like, one thing I liked about our virtual office, obviously seeing everybody and getting people up in the morning and, getting out of bed and kind of getting ready for the day. And I love virtual office. And, people that usually showed up to virtual office, they're the ones posting, but we just weren't getting enough. And, I was telling Jen yesterday, sometimes you get on there and you see 3 people on there, 4 people on there, 5 people on there, and that just put me in a bad mood the whole day. Right. And I don't want to be angry. It's just, I just don't. That's just me personally. But I do feel that, I want to see who's kind of committed. We're going to self-police ourselves with this win the day. So now we're going to do a Monday huddle. It won't be a lot, it will be just maybe a 30-minute something where we just go over, who's got appointments for the week, whatever we're doing. It'll be a big meeting though. Like we still will do some training, because some things I used to do in virtual office would always give some mindset, something I'm thinking about, something that somebody said. I'll do that a lot during the Telegram during the day. But Monday at 10 a.m. we'll have a huddle. And if anybody that's serious, I expect you to jump on there, videos on, ready to go, ready to attack the week, ready to win the week, see how our weekend went, whatever it is. It won't be long. It's not going to be like the Friday meeting or Saturday meeting. It'll be very intimate because it'll be a smaller group like our base shop. It'll be just us at 10, getting ready to go, focused, and then, it's that point-to-point theory, and then the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and just get focused. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about anything that we covered so far?
Yeah, Shaq. My internet was glitchy and I didn't hear what you said about the meeting. Can you repeat it a little bit, please?
What, the last thing I just said?
Yeah, about you say you're not going to do the work, the base.
Yeah.
The
Look, yeah, I'm not, it's a Monday huddle. We'll be doing a meeting on Monday. So just log in every Monday for everybody. I'll send this out to our chat and our Telegram on Monday. It's just going to be like I know sometimes, no, it's going to be serious. It's going to be important. And for me, right, like just me, I just want you guys to understand the way I was and the way I am now. I always showed up to every single thing. I never, ever missed anything. Ever. I never missed. I just don't. That's just where I know it's like, well, like say Jen, right? I'm looking at Jen right here. Like, I know Jen's like this too, right? And Jen loves doing meetings and stuff like that. And so you might think, oh, this is just Jen. No, it's not, man. I'm the same exact way. Like the people that win big, we just show up to every single. Now, look, if you physically cannot show up, then you can. But like, I never missed a meeting because of a party or going out or, or a wedding. I got married. I showed up to training. A lot of you guys were there. Tyno Thomas was there. I got married. I had a 3-day wedding. I didn't, they say that the first year of marriage is the hardest. Well, my first hour was hard. Then the morning after I got married, I went to training. I was like, I'm going to training, man. Right. And I don't regret that. I'm not saying that for a story. I just don't miss meetings. I just, and I always felt like if I ever have a team, how could I ever ask them to show up if I miss? And look, man, I got kids. My son was born. I did 4 appointments the day my son was born. Doesn't mean I love my son less. I love my son. I love my kids. I love my, but I work my schedule and then, now look at it, right? Like I'm 40, I'm 41. Right? Like I spend every waking minute with my children, right? I'm going to get off this and I'm going to go and I'm going to hang with my kids and I'm going to go and I'm going to pick up my dad and we're going to go to prayer. And then, you know, we're going to watch whatever on, you know, Captain and Winter Soldier, and we'll watch a bunch of stuff on HBO Max, and, you know, we're going to have popcorn, and, you know, and then I'm going to take them and I'm going to buy them toys, because that's what I do. I spoil my kids because I got money, right? And I have time, and I do whatever I want my kids. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying, like, you know, because I did all that stupid stuff when I was younger, man, that I'm telling you to do. And so, like, when Jen says to me, hey, man, is it worth it? I say, yeah, it is worth it. And when I say to her, hey, this is what I did and this is what I do, and, you know, you should do it too, and she does it, and she might do it and raise the standard, there's nothing conflicted about anything that I'm saying, because I've gone through everything that any winner's gone through, and Bruce went through it before me, and all the $1 million earners and $500,000 earners, they went through what I'm going through. And I can say it to you guys, right? But if you don't go through it, you can't say it. Now, look, we're in a cool time where you can do different things with your schedule. And I'm in a cool place where we really don't have that much stuff to do, right? Like, you know, we used to have meetings 3, 4, 5 times a week, literally. Now it's just Friday and you can log in, and, you know, so there's awesome flexibility here, right? So I'm not trying to put too much on your plate, but I want to have a great second quarter, and I want to have a great April. And I will be reaching out to a lot of you guys individually. You know I ran over time. You know, Jen, I know you had a great first quarter, and I hate to cut you short, but, you know, what are you thinking about? What are you excited about? Who are you excited about? What are you focused on now?
I'm very excited about our new Drill for Skill team that's been working. We have 2 different Drill for Skills, and it's very voluntary. But once you volunteer, there's a standard to it. And you guys, and listen, pay attention when I say this. Everything Shaq has told me that would happen if I followed him happened. Because Shaq said when I came in, he was 30. Well, now I'm 30, and I'm like older you guys. I'm like, oh my God, no.
Well, because Jen always made fun of me how old I am. And I said, now you're old. I said, now you're that. That's always be careful, right, of who you make fun of. Because everything I made fun of people about has come to me, right? I have a team of all people that are young, and all they do is make fun of me and look at me like I'm old. Because that's how I was when I was young. I was like, my old ass RVP, he's 39, right? And it's like, damn, now I'm 41 and my body hurts and all that stuff. So now I'm glad that this is happening to you.
But no, for real though, when I graduated, Shaq didn't know I graduated early because I went to one training. I told Shaq because I don't think he remembers, but it's so just unbelievable. I went to one training because if you guys think this is just Primerica, you're making a huge mistake. This is not just another meeting. I never missed anything that Shaq had. I never missed any I never missed anything that Shaq threw out there and said, hey, this is a free meeting. I have my RVP who makes at that time 280, 300, then 400, then now 500,000. And everything he's told me would happen. When he called me December 2012, I was graduating a semester early. The only reason I was able to graduate a semester early is because I went to one training, guide. I didn't know what training it was going to be. Some people ask what we're going to talk about for training. It doesn't freaking matter. Shaq is more successful, so I want what he has. He doesn't want what I have, right? So one meeting I went to, thank God I don't miss meetings. He was talking about compressing time frames, right? And Samir got up in front of the stage, probably same day or different training, but he said, give up your 20s so you can live like a king in your 30s. In our females cases, queens in your 30s. And Shaq did a training about compressing time frames and doing, just the same amount of work, but in a less time frame so you can get your results quicker and compound your results. So I was like, maybe I should do that for school, right? So instead of taking 5 classes, I took 7 classes in one semester. Those of you guys who are in college, you basically have no more time for yourself personally. But I took 7 classes in one semester, and I was a part of 6 clubs. I was still very spare time in Primerica because I was in and out of school, but I never, ever, ever forgot about my business because I owned my business in my mind. I didn't think it was Shaq's business. It was my business in my mind, and it still is. And because I treated it like that, I graduated a semester early because of compressing my school credits. Penn State University is 22,000 a semester. Think about that. I never missed a meeting, and one meeting I did not miss, that was 1.5 hours of my time invested, saved me 22,000. So when you guys are going to these trainings, it's a lottery ticket. You don't know what you're going to hear. You don't know. So when you have your teammates that don't want to show up because they got quote unquote work or a job, they came in here to get out of their job. So it's our responsibility to communicate to our teammates how important it is. If they don't want to listen, that's on them. But it's our job to communicate that, right? Because you don't want people quitting and thinking she did or he didn't try enough with me, didn't push me enough. I'd rather somebody leave and say she was too hard on me and believed in me too much and I didn't want to listen than, oh, she didn't do anything for me, right? I'd rather somebody say that I'm too tough versus I was too weak to train them or teach them. That's it. I don't want to take no excuses, and the excuses you make are the excuses you take. This is you building your story. It's easier when we're in a meeting. Sorry if I'm going over time, Shaq, but it's easier when you're in a meeting and it's on Zoom and you're like at home comfortable. But when we're in a real training, you guys don't know how it feels like when you see somebody next to you that's been in the business less time than you or just got in as new and you're in for 2 months or doing more than you, it makes you feel uncomfortable in a healthy way. On Zoom, we don't feel that. So we have to do even better to X out all the noise around us so we can pay and zoom in, no pun intended, right? But the key to making sure you win your month, your week, your days is Saturday Blitz. Showing up Saturday morning and Saturday Blitz. When Shaq created the Blitz for us and we were in person, our income just all went up. The people that paid attention, the people that stayed, the people that left early, they quit because they didn't see it as important enough to listen and follow the system that Shaq was building, right? And the people that started being accountable to themselves, right, have a planner, right? So this is my list for tomorrow for attendance, right? I'm still filling it out, but this is one day in my planner. And every single day, Shaq doesn't have to ask me how many calls I made and stuff. He doesn't have to ask Val because I know what I did. I can track my own activity that way. But that's why I make money too now. And when I started doing that, everything changed. You got to be accountable to yourself before you can be accountable to anybody else. For real, guys. Be prepared for Zoom, videos on. We're a winning team. And if you're part of a winning team, don't you want to be a winning teammate, not the weak link? You know, everybody wants to be part of a winning team, but they don't want to change their habits to winning habits. They want to come in with weak habits and bring everybody else down and get everybody else to pull them up. This is a winning team. There's no weak links on here. So this is a chance for us to win a lunch with Shaq, pick his brain, and you got to treat this opportunity as if it's going to pay you $1 billion because it is. And everything Shaq has told me what happened. So I'm excited for everyone. Let's change our lives.
Thanks, Jen. So, let me piggyback off some of the things she said. As you're talking, it kind of reminded me, and I remember Shug would always do this. We'd always have these blitzes in training in person. Some of you guys were there. And then after, we'd set appointments for 45 minutes and we'd recognize who set the most appointments. And, Shug, it would always be you or Jen or somebody, and they'd say at their level, who set the most personal, who set the district, and people get their teammates and they set appointments and they high five and they get excited. And those people would always eventually the next week or week after that, maybe take 2 weeks, they'd win Top Gun. And once you win Top Gun, that means you made money. And so if you don't designate time to set appointments, you've lost all your power, man. I just want you guys to understand that you've lost it all. And I wish it wasn't like that, but it is. I wish appointments just fall out of the sky. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. So we can try to change it, or we can understand that designating some time to set appointments is important. And so we got to do that. And again, right? Like, I want you guys to know, and I'm saying this to you, my Telegram activity thread for the people that pick their head up and post activity every day, you guys are going to be my heroes. That is my commitment to you. This is not going to be an ordinary thread. It's going to be something that I'm really investing my time, energy, all the value, all the years of experience that I have. The people that win the week, Jen talked about food. You know what the best food is? Free food. It doesn't matter what it is. Is it free? Okay. I'll take a $20 meal over spending $150 at a meal any day of the week. That's free. Someone paid me, treated me for lunch. I love free food. And yes, I'm going to invest in that too. So just there's a lot of little things here that we can do. There's some tangible things that we can do to have a great quarter. And I'm very, very excited about it. I'm thrilled. I cannot wait to see, because you know what? Our team is wide open, and forget the past, forget the last year, forget the first quarter. Thank God or life for your adversity, because it gives you an opportunity to come back. I always tell people that. And if adversity was you doing something stupid, meaning slacking off, being lazy, whatever it is, and that's your adversity, okay, right? But you can't make the same mistakes twice. I always tell people, successful people overcome their problems. Unsuccessful people create their own, right? Problems are going to come and you got to overcome them. Don't create them. And creating them is making the same mistakes over and over and not using the resources that are available to you. Because when I started out, I was just like you guys. I want you guys to understand it. You may see now I got a wealth of knowledge in terms of this business, and I know a lot about it. And, I have a team and I have an income, but that's not how I started. Started off as a 23-year-old kid, knew nothing about business, no credibility, never finished anything, behind on every promise I ever made, terrible work ethic, beaten down terribly, no confidence, terrible self-image. But this company built me up, showing up to these trainings, reading the books, going out, getting the encouragement, being part of a team, which you're part of. And even then, it was very difficult in the beginning, but I stuck with it. And I showed up and I got better, and I listened to the people that were worth listening to and had a vested interest in me. And look what's happened. It's not just happened for me. It's happened numerous times. Right. This month I had somebody make 30 grand and 20 grand, and numerous people making 10 grand in a month. Think about it. Not me on my team. So I know it. I'm very confident if you do these things, and I'm excited. I'm not taking this stuff lightly. That's why we had this meeting, and I'm excited about Monday and tomorrow, and our business. The next 3 months are going to be absolutely bananas, man. I'm thrilled. So I'll post this to the chat, and I'm going to start a new chat. So you'll see me end my other chat, and let your trainer know, let me know if you want to come. And like I said, don't get in your feelings. If I don't see you posting, you're out. Okay, that's just it. Right? If you don't post, for a couple of days, I'm going to remove you. So, it's that type of chat. So I want to be upfront. So, you don't think I'm a bad guy. It doesn't mean I don't love you any more or less. That's just the rules of this chat, because we got to create the right environment for it. All right. So I'll see everybody tomorrow. Excited for training. And we're going to have a great quarter. All right. See you guys later.